As drones have developed more and more over the years, they have opened the opportunity to be used for commercial purposes for many companies, as well as for medical and agriculture purposes. While the development of drones opens many opportunities that could benefit the public, whether it's for commercial, medical, or agricultural purposes, there's also possibilities that the drones could be used for malicious intents. The malicious intentions could be anything from a single person with a specific objective or a group of criminals using it to scheme their next big crime. This is where the issue of drones lies. Although drones provide great benefits for everyone, there's a possibility of them being used for malicious purposes in the bad hands. So, is the advancement and use of drones a good thing or a bad thing for society?
On the uses and advancement of drones in our society, I stand for the uses and advancement of drones in our society. Although there are some consequences to using the drones, the benefits to using the drones outweighs all the consequences. As drones have developed more and more over the years, they have opened up the opportunity to be used for commercial purposes for many companies. A company trying to take advantage of this opportunity is the multi-trillion e-commerce company Amazon, with their squadron of delivery drones, called Amazon Prime Air. Amazon's goal is simple: quick and easy delivery to their customers. With the development of Amazon Prime Air, new possibilities were created for Amazon. Their consumers could get their package, containing anything from a toothbrush to a book, delivered safely to their doorstep in record time. The drones would also reduce the human error of accidentally mishandling the package or delivering to the wrong house. And in the long run, the drones would also save Amazon millions of dollars in wages, as the use of the drones would all be AI, reducing the need for human workers. In the medical field, humanitarian aid organizations are now using drones to deliver pharmaceuticals and medical supplies to rural areas with poor infrastructure. Hospitals have also begun using drones to rapidly transport laboratory samples. During emergencies, healthcare providers are using ambulance drones to aid in emergencies, and by using the drones, healthcare providers are saving more lives by increasing their reach and by reducing the response time. An ambulance drone is a type of drone that medical teams use in an emergency to deliver essential supplies and care to remote areas where ambulances might not reach. Since every minute counts in the event of an emergency like cardiac arrest that requires immediate action, it is very important that these precious minutes are not wasted. Oftentimes, it can take several minutes for medical teams to reach those who need help, and more often, it's for reasons beyond the medical team's control. And when the medical team is late in aiding those in these emergencies, it may result in permanent damage, or even a loss of life. Therefore, in an event where every minute matters, the drones could potentially be life-saving. The drones could be used to transport life-saving technologies like CPR kits, medications, or aids to provide rapid response to those in emergency. In the medical field, drones could be used to accelerate response times, reach difficult places, expand operations, improve disaster response, and is a transformative technology in the medical field. In the agricultural field, drones are now being used for precision agriculture, to efficiently disperse weed control or fertilizers, to optimize field management, and provide in-depth data analysis and mission planning to the farmers. The farming today is way different from it looked like a few decades ago. With the advancement of technologies, it has allowed for farmers to optimize each part of their operations, and a big part of that are the drones. With drone technology, farmers could now use it to help in harvest goals, reduce operation costs, and improve crop quality. Before drones, farmers had a challenge of not being efficient when spraying chemicals evenly. If sprayed too much, it would increase the cost and would decrease the quality of crops. If sprayed too little, it will leave the crops vulnerable to being eaten by insects or be malnourished. With the drone technology, drones could be used to efficiently spray fertilizers, herbicides, or any kind of chemical to improve the yield rate and crop quality without any intense manual labor. Drones could also be used to gather data for precision farming by mapping out an area and creating insights of the growing process. Drones could provide farmers with multispectral imaging of the radiation on the ground and provide farmers with the analysis on where to grow crops. As you can see, the use of drones has many benefits in the commercial, medical, and agricultural field. In the commercial field, the use of drones could reduce the time it takes for delivery and reduce human error that may happen when delivering items to your house. In the medical field, the use of drones could be life-saving. The use of drones in the medical field will result in quicker transportation of medical supplies and make transporting medical aid possible in remote areas or areas of emergency. Finally, in the agricultural field, drones could be used to reduce the human effort and time to maintain the farms.
In spite of the fact that drones technology has many advantages that could help society, it is also worth noting that drones also have its disadvantages that could be used for malicious purposes that sometimes outweighs its advantageous purposes. Looking at the state of drone now, I stand against the use of drones by big corporations, simply because there's just too many speculation and dangers regarding the use of drones, and because there's no regulations yet that could contain these drones that are being used for malicious purposes. There is no knowing on who actually operates the drone itself or whether what footage they are actually taking. Is it really the government that was using them? If it really is the government using them to enforce social distancing, will there really be a way to ensure that those footages and data that were taken not be used for other purposes? What if the drones were actually used by other parties for malicious purposes, and got camouflaged between the many drones that were operating to enforce social distancing? There are so many what ifs to these issues. There really is no knowing the state of the ambivalence to this situation. One could only stand by and proceed with their lives, while these drones oversee the society and take footage of strangers that don't even know each other's names. All of these leads to a question: should big corporations have the ability power to use drones technology that could potentially spy on people, if we don't know what they are really using it for? As drones technology became more advanced, it evolved from simply being just a tool to surveying areas, taking and capturing footages to the state of being able to bypass security measures, and be equipped with advanced hacking software that could disable security measures and hack into certain companies that fall victims to this attack and steal their data. Because of its ability to be very low profile but also really stealthy, even the biggest tech companies in the world could fall victim to a drone's attack. Even Tesla factory has several drone footage of drones being deployed in its own establishment. Looking back to this case is only one of the several cases where drones are being used for malicious purposes. There might be more drones that are still uncaught, that are still doing these dirty deeds that cause harm to others. Now imagine the case if big corporations were to use drone technology the same way these companies are being attacked. They could spy on your privacy, take your daily lives footage, even to the extent of stealing a person's data, all without getting into trouble of getting caught, because it is so hard to trace and is anonymous. Eventually, humanity is not far from evolving into creating what is called a drone superhighway, and it is inevitable at the pace of development, because humanity always strives for development and progress. Drone superhighway is an idea proposed by Amazon in 2015, which basically refers to the idea of a specialized highway up in the air, 200 to 400 feet above the ground, that is reserved specially for drones traffic and activity. With this approach, Amazon intended for drones to be able to be used as a method to deliver their packages to reach their customers in a timely and efficient manner. Though this idea may seem great in paper and theories, these would make it harder to track drones specifically, as there are really no means of capturing or stopping drones, as they are anonymous and can be operated from a long distance. What if these drones contain illegal footage or have been hacking around the neighborhood? The idea of such a drone highway seems like an invitation for disaster if there's not much regulation to it.
Looking for sun rays, needing them good days. Fly me away, away, you're my holiday.
That's all, folks.